Do you relate the songs to certain experiences in your life, or
Well, I do,
or is
but
it
they're often very
fantasy?
mundane. I mean,
Mhm.
sometimes they're about somebody broke my heart and it was so tragic and oh my God, how can I survive this? And sometimes it was like I went to the market and I like these bread and butter pickles and I like bread and butter pickles and not kosher dill pickles and I wanted bread and butter pickles and they're on a chicken sandwich and they didn't have them, you know, and I was pissed off. I was kind of frustrated. And that comes up in the song, you'd be surprised. I was reading a book called The Unbearable Lightness of Being. I remember we were recording around midnight. And I remember them describing the idea that your neighbors might rat on you and this big huge tank coming in and this man's mother just being worried about her orange tree and here was this tank and it was much more important than the tree. And I thought how devastating it would be to wake up in the morning and find out that your country has been taken over. That's what I was thinking about when I sang that song. And Nelson Riddle wrote the arrangement for it, and he was dying during that time. He had terrible liver disease, and he knew he was dying, but I didn't know he was dying. I knew he was ill. He was spending a lot of time lying down in his car during that. That was the third album that we made, and he was lying down in his car in the middle between when we take breaks. So what was happening was Nelson was up nights contemplating his own demise. And he would say that you have two chances to write your own composition when you're an arranger and you arrange for the orchestra like Nelson did, and you arrange for the greats, you know, you arrange for Frank Sinatra, Rosemary Clooney, Nat Cole, all these wonderful singers. And he wrote the intro to that song. When you listen to it, there is absolutely no doubt that he's looking at death, mowing him down. He's looking at it, and he's dealing with it in the only way that he knew how, which was with this music. So when I heard that, I was, oh, Nelson's really sick. You know, he died about 3 weeks later. So that's what we have with Nelson. We have him watching death coming down on him like a freight train, you know. And he got angry with the orchestra. It was unusual for him to do that. But he said at the end they were having a hard time trailing out exactly in the artful way that he wanted them to do. And he said, can't you just let it die out? You know, and I went, ooh. And so we had one more track to record with his arrangement after that, and the people in the orchestra loved him, the people in the band, the rhythm section, you know, had worked with him for 40 years, and they were crying. It was, you know, his son was playing in the trombone section, he was crying. It was a tough session, but we got it all done, you know.
Is it still as powerful today for you as it was right after?
Oh, it's hard to listen to that. You know, I mean, like I said, I had this book on my music stand. I read music very well, so I'd have to have something to read, you know, while they were tweaking the microphones and what endless stuff they do during recording sessions that doesn't involve me singing. I always had a book, and that was that book, and I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about dying, you know. So the guy who played the trombone was probably thinking about something else. Might have been thinking about his cat. I don't know.
It's interesting. It's almost like he wanted to get it perfect, and he wanted to get it done before
He wanted to get it done,
passed
and he did. But the important thing to remember is that music isn't, if I'm on stage singing, it's not, you're not supposed to be thinking about what I feel, you're supposed to be thinking about what you feel. That's much more important to me. I'm not going to tell you what I'm thinking about. But whatever you're thinking about, if I can make you feel something, then I've done my job.